Yes, yes, ma. Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can start.
Okay.
Okay.
Madam,
Okay.
good morning, madam. Good morning, madam.
Good morning,
Madam,
madam.
I am very glad to meet you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
Same
okay.
feeling. Glad to
Okay,
meet you,
okay,
ma'am.
thank you. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So,
Good morning,
so,
everyone. Students,
Good morning, ma'am.
good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning. In this pleasure morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay. In this pleasure morning,
Happy
I
morning, ma'am.
welcome
Happy morning,
happy morning, ma'am. Happy
sir.
morning.
morning, ma'am.
Happy morning.
Happy morning.
Happy morning, ma'am.
Okay. Shall I start?
Happy good morning, ma'am.
Welcome, Madam.
No, not good.
Okay. In this pleasure morning, I welcome one and all to this online lecture. And then our resource person is present here, Dr. J. Ghayathri, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science, Kongu Arts and Science College, Erode. Madam, wholeheartedly on behalf of our college and our staff, we welcome you. Ma'am, this is the first history of our college. It is online lecture is going on. The credit goes to our computer science HOD, Dr. A. Marimuthu sir. I once again I thank him very much for this for creating this happy occasion for the students, for welfare of the students. Really, the students will be very happy because they got one precious stone into their hand. That's a precious guide for their leading their studies. So I welcome once again all the students and our resource person also for this online lecture. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, students. Okay.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Now I am introducing our resource person. Our welcome you, madam. Our resource person name is Dr. J. Ghayathri Devi, working as an associate professor and HOD of computer science in the Kongu Arts and Science College, Nanjanapuram, Erode district. She is having nearly 30 years of experience. She has completed our doctoral degree and also having much more research experience and guidance. She is very much interested in giving the lecture series to the students in all rural and all the places, nationally, internationally. She is a humble and dedicated resource person. On behalf of our college and department, our principal madam and management, I am welcome you, madam. Now I am hand over this session to our beloved resource person. This seminar training is very useful to the students, young students. This is sponsored by MOU, Ministry of Education. So it's a very useful to the students. So I request all the students community to listen this seminar lecture series and be benefited. Thank you, madam. And now I am hand over this dais to our beloved resource person. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your nice introduction.
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, and we
Hello.
can start, madam. Please, now you can start, madam.
Can you
Please.
hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, madam. We can start, madam. We can start.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning to one and all present over here. Respected Principal of Government Arts and Science College, Mettupalayam, Coimbatore. Respected Head of the Department of Computer Science, Dr. Marimuthu. And respected Sukumaran sir, Head of the Department, Tamil. I would like to thank all the members, key members of this program organizers. Actually, I have to thank you for this is within a short period, very short period. You have given me the permission and you have arranged the session. So first of all, I have to thank you all for this, and also you have granted me the permission to deliver my lecture and invited me to give me the lecture. Actually, this lecture is on the part of the IAC program. I'm an innovation ambassador from certified by MOE. So on our part, we have to mentor the students on behalf of IIC Council of our college, so that this program, we thought this program can be delivered to the students of Government Arts College also, and those students also should get benefited. So that we have approached the faculty members, and we are voluntarily giving this session. I would like to thank all the people who are involved in this, organizing this meet. Thank you one and all. And now I would like to start my session. And before that, I would like to greet the students. I would like to before that, I would like to greet the students of Government Arts and Science College, Mettupalayam. Good morning, students. Dear students, I hope you are ready to listen my lecture, and I hope I'll give you something about design thinking and innovations, which will lead and which will give you a spark about the new innovations and design thinking. I hope you'll get benefited through this session. Thank you for organizing and arranging this session, Madam Principal. Thank you, ma'am. Shall I start the session?
Okay, madam. Okay, you can start now.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Anybody can give me the answer? Is my screen is visible? Am I audible?
Ma'am, yes.
Okay. Thank you for your response. Okay. So today's topic is role and significance of design thinking in innovation, and the strategy way, innovations in the strategy way to the design thinking, the strategy way to the innovations. So here, first of all, I would like to say what is design thinking. So this is nothing but a creative problem solving. We all know about the problems. Everybody, when we are getting up or when we are waking up in the morning itself, will be saying that, oh, today I'm having this problem, how I'm going to face this and all. So we'll be thinking like that, and we'll be get up from our bed. So, but here after that, just in 1 second, we'll try to think about how we'll solve that problem, how we'll face the problem like that. But here, creative problem solving draws upon logic, intuition, imagination, and systematic reasoning. You know this. Whenever we want to or we would like to solve one problem, we'll think it logically, whether it will work in the correct or in the right manner. So that is one motive. And intuition, whether our intuition is directing us in that path, then imagination will think something, oh, if we do like this, it will be like that. So that is one imagination. And systematic reasoning, what is next, what we have to next, like that. So to explore the possibilities of what could be and create the desired outcome. So we, for any problem, we would like to get the outcome as by our desire. So this is I want from this one, like that we want. So this creative problem solving is draws upon this logic, intuition, imagination, and systematic reasoning. So when you think about this design thinking, it's a non-linear iterative process that has the phases of understanding users, challenging assumptions, then redefining problems, creating innovative solutions to prototype. So the last phase is the testing. You see in the diagram, all the people are discussing about some problem and they are giving some designs about that problem. And also like this, usually when we go for the design thinking, we work with the team. So here, first of all, you have to understand the user. Whatever the problem comes, what is, you have to stand in the leg of fruit of users, and you have to think about that. Then you have to do the challenging assumptions, then redefine the problem, creating innovative solutions to the prototype, and testing. So what all will be coming under this will be seen next. So in the design thinking, so whenever we think about a design, we may be thinking about something modeling and all. Actually, it is pattern only, modeling only. But when we are thinking about that, you can coming up with an idea is easy, very easy. See this part, making of part. We may be thinking that this is very easy process. Just they are doing this, but this is very, very tough one. You have to give a lot of effort, more effort you have to give to coming up with the right one. So you may think of that you can do this and all, but it is not like that. By using the practice, and also you should have some creative thing, and you should know about this, then only you can create the part. This is not an easy job as you think. Then with the design thinking, throwing out what you think no, and starting from the scratch. Whatever the thing you may be knowing about something and all. See this, for example, you see this part making. You may be, you know that using some sand and all, you can do this. And sand and water you should mix, and you have to use that model, and you have to do this one. But when you start doing this one, everything you have to erase, and you have to start from the scratch. And that is very important. You have to start from the scratch, and it opens up all kinds of possibilities. So design thinking is more than ideology and a process. It is not. It is not at all stopping with idea. It is starting with idea, but it continues with the process. So it is concerned with solving complex problems in a highly user-centric way. So the next, whenever we think about this design thinking, it is not just of something like doing some patterns and all. It is the combination. It is the mix of analytical thinking and intuitive thinking. This you just see the diagram. In this analytical thinking, you know. Because when you go to the aptitude test and all, we'll be doing this analytical reasoning. So when what are the countries available, what are the football teams, who is the captain of that football team, and last match that team scored, how much score they have scored, how much goals they have placed, all those things, and that are analytical thinking. So that is based on some data you are doing. That is analytical reasoning. Then one more is initiative thinking. Initiative thinking is that is understanding reality in the moment. In that moment, what you understand without any logic or analysis. For example, today I feel I want to go to a movie. I want to see this movie. That means it is just an intuition. That's all. No reasoning behind that. No logic behind that. No analysis behind that. Today I feel little bit stressed. I want to see a movie. That's all. So you follow your gut. You follow your gut. That is intuitive thinking. Today I feel like this. My intention is what is that thing? My mind is saying that today I feel like this. I have to do this. So that is intuitive thinking. So this design thinking is the mix of this analytical thinking and the intuitive thinking. So in design thinking, teams have the freedom to generate groundbreaking solution. This is very important. So whenever you go for the design thinking, we have to form the team. Why I'm saying this, we have to form the team means usually when we do some work, when we go for some innovation, or when we go for some designing, we may not have all the talents with us. We may not be expert in all the domains. Somebody will do their design, somebody will draw very excellently, somebody will think very excellently, somebody's ideas will be very great. So whatever you have to do is you have to join together. The people who are having different talent should join together, and then you have to make the product. So the design thinking phases, you see this, empathize, design, ideate, prototype, and test. These are the phases coming under this design thinking. So here in the empathize, you have to understand the user as such. So what is the problem of the user? So what type of resolution or the solution you want from their complexity, so their difficulty. So that is empathize. Then defining, actually you have to define what is the exact problem of the user. Then only you can ideate and you can design your product in a good manner, in a right manner, not in a good manner, in a right manner. So what you have to do the next means you have to go for the ideation. Now you have understand the problem. You have understood the problem of so you have understood the problem of the user, and now you have coming to the ideology. Then you have to do the prototyping. Prototyping is nothing but modeling. We are doing the modeling, and then we have to go for the testing. After prototyping, you have to go for the testing. Prototyping is just a miniature. For example, if I want to design a mobile phone, then first I have to draw how the mobile phone will look like, where what is the size of my screen, then where I have to put my buttons, then where I have to put my icons. So if I swipe my first screen, what the second screen would be, or whether I have to swipe from the top to bottom or bottom to top or left to right or right to left, all the prototypes using the paper and pencil, even you can do it. So that is prototyping. Then you have to go for the testing. So this is usual one. Whatever the thing you do, we have to test for taking the right one. So this is the process actually. So these are the empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. Actually, when you do the design thinking, this designing is not in a sequential manner. It is an iterative process. That is, again and again you can redefine and you can reiterate the process. For example, you can empathize and define the problem. So that is the second one. Then you are going for the ideation. And then you are going for the prototype. If the prototype is not giving you the right one, then when you are designing the prototype, if you learn something extra, then you have to come back to implement that new idea. For example, when you are constructing a home, you are constructing a prototype, a model, and in that model you are giving the water lines, pipelines, from which room to which room, and from the water tank how many pipes should come to your rooms. All these things you are fixing. So when you are fixing, you may be getting some new idea. That is, instead of putting your tank in the first floor, you may be getting the new idea as you can construct something extra and you can put your water tank in the upstairs and all. So like that, if you get some new idea, again you have to redo your prototype. Again you have to redo your things. So this is one more. Then you have to come for the testing. So when you do the testing, if the test is giving a new idea, then again you have to come for the new ideation. If the problem is not perfectly defined, then the test will not give you the right result. So again you have to come and sharply you have to define the problem. Actually, what is my problem? So yeah, when you are buying a soap, when you are using a soap, if it is not giving you a good flour or good order, then good smell, then you have to define that this is the problem, this is what I have to do. So when you test, if again it fails means, and you have done something else, then you have to come back and you have to redo it. So again you have to empathize, you have to understand the user. So in this empathize, what you have to do, we are saying that this is the first phase, empathize is the first phase, but empathize is, it's a research of user needs. Just like that, we cannot decide any problem, or we cannot understand any problem of the user. For example, when you are, if you go to a departmental store, when you take some research among the users, they may be telling so many things. One example is, I cannot find out the products very easily. Then you have to understand why the customers are saying this. What is the problem behind that? So that you have to analyze. So if one person is saying that, then you can you can leave it. But when you are taking the survey or when you are doing the research, if so many people are or some not negligible amount of people are saying, that means then again you have to try to solve that problem. Then empathy is nothing but key to a human-centered design process. Anyhow, whatever the design thinking you do, that should be a human-centered one, because anyhow the final product will be used going to used by the human being. So whenever you design, whenever you are doing the design process, the solution should be around the human being. So and also it should give the assumptions about the world and gain the real insight. You should not think like, or you should not imagine it may like this, it may like that and all. It should reflect in the right sense. Okay, so that is what is called empathize. So in this empathize, how you can do the research that is given here. Assume you are a beginner, assume a beginner's mindset and ask how, what, how, why. These things you should ask when you go for this empathize. If you want to do a product, you have to analyze this one: what, how, why. Then ask the 5 whys. Why this has happened? Why this is happening? Why can't be like this? Why we have to do? So like this, we have to ask 5 whys. Then conduct interviews with empathy. Interviews with the customer with empathy. Then build empathy with likeliness. Then use photo and video user-based studies. You can take the photos and you can take the video when you are having the interview with the user. Then use personal photo and video journals. This also you can use. Then engage with the extreme users. Then story, share and capture. This is one another thing. They can share their experience. The users can share their experience and you can capture it and you can do your research. So this is one. Then you can create the journey maps. So this is also one of the empathizing the users' needs. So after understanding the user's problem, I think students, you can understand what I'm saying. Shall I proceed? Can you travel with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can I proceed? Can you able to understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Vidula. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, next phase is defining. So first phase, you have got the needs of the users, all the things you have collected from the users. Then you're stating the users' requirements and the problems. So after collecting all those things, you have to define what are the users' actual requirement and what are the problems. That you have to define very clearly. For that, what you have to do is you have to accumulate the information. You have to accumulate all the information whatever you have gathered during this empathize phase, and then after accumulating you have to go for the analysis and synthesize. When you are synthesizing, you have to find out what is the core problem. Core problem means main problem. What is the primary problem that you have to identify. Then these definitions when you are defining this, that are called problem statements. Then you have to create the personas, that is identities, to help keep your efforts are human centered. So these are the things what you have to do in the define phase. Then you have to go for the ideate. This is the challenging phase. Challenge assumptions and create ideas. This is not a simple one. You have to create new ideas to solve the problems of the users. So see, this is the first one is a quote by Einstein: we can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. It's very it may be just like a maze, but actually is when you create a problem, you may be having some idea about it, but when you are solving that problem, you should not in the same mind. So that's what Einstein is telling, that is you have to think outside the box. That is what he is trying to say. You have to think outside the box. That is, you have to come outside the boundary of your problem, and you have to look into that problem and you have to give the solution to that problem. So that is it. Then look for the alternative ways to view the problem. Usually, when we go for these ideations, we'll have the alternative solutions. Whenever we try to solve the problems, we have number of solutions. If plan A fails, then you have to go for the plan B. Usually we do that in our life itself, right? If we are coming to the college, when we catch the college bus, the plan A is going to the college. If we miss the bus, the plan B is going somewhere else with our friends. So that is the alternative plan. Then the brainstorming is used in this space to create ideas. That means brainstorming means discussing with the people who are in the same mind, who know the problem. So that is brainstorming. You may be getting ideas. For example, if you are having some problem or if you want to get some idea about your recent trends, then you will discuss with your friends. What you can do. For example, if you want to do something in your mobile app, then you will be discussing with your friends, and you will get your solutions. You may be getting so many ideas from your. For example, if you want to download or if you want to install an WhatsApp status app, then you may be discussing with your friends which one is better or which one will. Sorry, please wait. Is it visible now? Okay, thank you, Mithila. Thank you. So for example, if you want to install your WhatsApp app for the WhatsApp status, then you will be discussing with your friends and you will take the decisions based on that. Okay, but if you are having some other personal problems, you will go to your parents and you will discuss about that with your parents, right? So that is brainstorming. The person, whoever knows about the problem, you have to discuss and you have to create the ideas. That is brainstorming. Okay. Then prototype. When you think about the prototype, actually this you can say as a model, mini model you can say. What about the thing we want to construct or we want to create? Before that, we will go for the models, like drawing the blueprint of the constructions. If you want to construct a home or a complex or whatever it may be, when you're doing some constructions, we'll go for the blueprints. What that blueprint show means, it will say where is your kitchen, where is your living room, and where is your balcony. Everything will be noted in that, and how many squares of that area is covered by each room, and where you are parking your car. Everything is designed in that. So that is what is called prototype. Then one more thing about the prototype is it is not reusable. It is throwable. So it should be of less cost. Okay. So it's an experimental phase. This finds the best solution, possible solution for each problem, and it should be inexpensive because it is going to be throwable. So then this could involve simply paper prototyping. So you may be thinking that prototyping means doing this, that, and all, but it is not necessary. Even with the paper and pen, you can do the prototyping, but that is the effective one. For example, if you want to design software, that also can be done using this paper and pen, because when the Google developed their Google Glass, just using a drawing, they have developed it. Simple drawing, they have developed it. So using the paper and pen, you can create your prototype. And then when you go for the testing, actually testing phase, you should be very rigorous and you should get the right product using the test. So this may be a final phase, but again, when we say about the design thinking, it's an iterative one. Again and again you can iterate and you can redo your process till you get your right results. Okay, so the teams use the results to redefine. Okay. Further, you can have the alterations and refinements. So that's all in testing. So again, I want to stress that these stages or different modes may be which contribute to the entire design project rather than sequential steps. These are not sequential steps. They can be redefined, and also you can do the steps with some alterations. Okay, so that's it. So you have seen about the design thinking. Now, how this design thinking is leading the innovation. So that's what we are going to see now. Okay, can you able to follow me, students? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So here, when you think about the innovation, here viability, desirability, and feasibility. Viability is nothing but capability. What is the capacity, or what is the capability, what we can do? And when you join this with the desirability, that is interest. I can do this. I'm interested in this. And also I have to think whether it is feasible for me. So all these combinedly give me the design innovation. So it may be a desirable solution. The customer may want it, really needs it. Then it may be a feasible one that can be done. For example, if you want, if just like that we want to go to moon, it's not possible. It may be desirable, but it is not feasible now. But if you want to go from here to Chennai through flight, it is possible, it is feasible. So like that, you have to set the feasible solutions. Then profitable, viable solution. So it should be a viable solution financially, because you are designing the product to gain some profit, and also to serve the society. So you should keep in your mind that you should that should give you, reflect you in a profitable manner. Then only you can sustain in your business. That is very important. To sustain in any business, that product should reflect the success with profit. Okay, so that's very important. So you have to follow all this thing: viability, desirability, feasibility, combinedly giving you the design innovation. So when you combine all these, the center point, the intersection of these three gives you the innovation. So see this, when you are coming to the technology side, here are the human values which are coming under the desirability. Business gives you the viability, and technology gives you the feasibility. All these combinations give you the innovation. So why you are talking about design thinking this much means nowadays the design thinking changing the world. Okay, whenever you see, for example, if just like in your dresses and all, when you go to the shop to get the design, when you get the clothes, when you get your dresses, you may be searching for the new one which you are not having so far having. So you need your requirement is you just want a new one. You want to get a new design. You want to get a you don't want to get the existing one. So always we are going for the new things. Okay. The companies, if they can, if they would like to survive in the market, means they have to design, they have to think about these designs and the innovations. So what they are nowadays they are doing means they are mainly concentrating on this design thinking. For example, the IBM, they are recruiting the people in the design thinking so much. Okay, in the IBM Skills Academy, IBM includes design thinking as one of the skill. And also nowadays our government is very much giving very importance for the innovations and design thinking. So why means we are going for made in India process. That is, we have to develop, we have to produce, we have to manufacture our products by ourselves. So to self satisfaction, we have to develop these things. Okay, so this industry is also concentrating on this one. So this IBM Skills Academy included this design thinking as one of the skill set, required skill set, along with the AI, blockchain computing, cloud computing, cyber security. It is giving equal importance to the design thinking also. So I think now you know the importance of the design thinking. So this world is changed by this design thinking. So when you come to this Infosys, they have trained about 1 lakh employees on design thinking as the country's second largest software services. You know, Infosys is the largest software services company. They have trained 1 lakh employees on this design thinking. And then, you know, PepsiCo, this chief executive Indra Nooyi has given employees 2 to 3 years to adapt to new design thinking culture. So what they require is they need everybody should think differently, and they should equip with the design thinking and innovation, so that you can give the new products and new technologies to the people. So this is one of the slide from our IIC workshop, MOE IIC workshop. Here you see they have separated this design thinking and innovation into 3 parts. One is hearing, and the other one is next one is creating, and the last one is delivering. So in the hearing, what you are doing is, with empathetically you are understanding the problem of the customer, and you are defining the problem. Then in the second one, you are creating the ideation, idea and prototype. And the third phase, you are improving that idea and you are validating it, then you are implementing it. So these are the 3 phases in innovation, design thinking and innovation. So what are the innovator stage? We are keep on saying innovation, innovation, innovation. So that should be done by the human being, right? So that innovator. So what is the innovator stage now? So what you have to do? Actually, where we are means we are in the comfort zone. You know what is comfort zone? It is safe and control. We are in very safe and control. Whenever we are in our home, we feel we are very safe and we are in control. So we are in comfort zone. When we come out, we need some something extra, self-confidence, and we should have some courage to face the problems and all. So that is coming in this fear zone. So usually what we think is just we can go for a job and we sit in that job. Every month the employer will pay us, and we'll get the pay, and we'll run our family within that budget. Whatever the payment we are getting, within that we are running our family with the safe and control. So we are in this comfort zone, but we have to come out of this comfort zone to reach this growth zone. But we are saying that he is the multi-millionaire, he's the multi-millionaire, he's the billionaire, like that and all we are saying. But to reach this stage, we have to cross these 2 zones. One is the fear zone and the other one is learning zone. In this fear zone, what we are having is, we are having the we have to come across this lack of self-confidence and finding excuses. Usually we do this one. Self-confidence, we don't have confidence with us. Also, I'm sorry, I cannot do this. So that's like we are having lack of self-confidence and finding excuses. No, I'm having a good job, I cannot leave the job. I'm enough with that. I'm self-satisfied with that. So I can't leave the job, like that and all. We are having some excuses, finding excuses. My mom won't allow, my dad don't like this, like that. We are having so many excuses with us. And then even though we have crossed across this fear zone, before going into this growth zone, we have to learn, we have to acquire the new skills. So if you want to do some process, your business or startups, you know, new innovations, okay, new products. So when you are getting into that, you should know about that products. You should know about that products, the domains you should know. So you have to acquire the new skills. Just like that, we cannot go. Even though we are having our business, Even though our dad is running a business, we should get trained in that business. Then only we'll be succeeding in that business. So that is the zone. We should learn about that. And then we have to go for the growth zone. Here, what we are doing is we are living in our dreams, and then we have to set the new goals. We should not go along with our old goals. We have to set again and again. We have to set the new goals, and we have to go for the growth zone. To all these, you have to transform your stress into enthusiasm. This is very much important. Always we say, I'm in stress, I'm having so many works, today I'm very stressful, I cannot do this, I cannot manage my time, I cannot manage my works, I'm having this, that, like that and all. But you should not say like that. You have to convert it into enthusiasm. Yeah, today I have got this new work, I can do it very well, I had an opportunity to prove myself. Like that, you have to make it with an enthusiasm. Then design thinking, best usages. These are some best usages of the design thinking. Wherever you have to go, in all these areas, you can use this design thinking, redefining, even in your educational advances, entrepreneurial initiatives, shifting markets and behaviors, everywhere, quality of life, wherever you go, you can use the design thinking. And from the right mindsets, team, environment will give you a good innovation. Then this is one of the case study. For example, when you go for an innovation, how this can be implemented. This is an example. This is a story about the good startup. Airbnb is it is an app which is booking the rentals for the holidays, cabins, beach houses, unique homes, like that. When they have started, just in that 1 week, less than $200 they have earned when they have started the app. But after that, nowadays, in this 2021 Q3, the revenue of this Airbnb app is $2.2 billion. How they have done it, how they have reached it, how they have solved their problem. Even though this is just a comparison between 200 rupees and 200 crores. Okay, so how they have reached it. So that is one story. When they have faced this problem, one of the co-founder of this Airbnb used the app like a user. He used it like a user, and he realized that why no user is using their app. Why no user is booking a stay using their app? Because the picture was very terrible. That are not like, that are not what is that? Not smart or not very appreciable. Okay, so that means what he has done is both founders rent a camera. They have rented a camera and they have traveled to New York, and they have spent some time with their customers to replace their amateur photos. They have replaced their previous photos with more professional looking ones. A week later, their revenue nearly doubled. So they had taken a risk, and then they have achieved their result. So like that, we have to stand on the foot of customers, and we have to think about the problems, and we have to solve the problem. This is one of the picture in the Airbnb, what they have changed. So this is just an example. Then keep on, we are saying design thinking, innovation, etc. How we do this design thinking? What are the exercises available? So that is one big question. So here what is done is SCAMPER, SWOT analysis, 6 thinking hacks, group sketching and brain writing, mind mapping, final thoughts. So these are some of the exercises what we can use for this design thinking. So when you come to the SCAMPER, this is nothing but S stands for substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to other users, eliminate, rearrange, or reverse. So when you exercise this for a product, first you have to substitute. You know what is substitute? Okay, substitute means that element should be in that product. It should not come come outside of the product. For example, when you are forming the sports team and all, for example, in cricket also you are having the substitutes. Substitute means that player will be within that game. If the main player is having any trouble, or he is in any trouble, then this substitute will be there and he'll be replaced. He'll replace that main player. So that is what is called substitute. So like that, in the products also, you should find out which one can be substituted or which one can be swapped. So like that, you have to think when you are designing your products. Then combining, you can combine something to get your effective product, like A and B can be combined. So combinations also you can think. Then you can identify the aspects of the product in the different context. Then think about the modifications, how to improve the product and all. Then collect the details of other uses of using this product. You may be seeing that when an advertisement is given about a product, they'll be saying that this product can be used for this purpose also. So they may be giving the other uses of the product. So like that, you also should think about the other uses of the product. Then you have to eliminate the unwanted things. Why you have to eliminate the unwanted things means then you can by that you can reduce the weightage of your weight of your product, and also you can improve the efficiency, and you can give your product with less cost to the consumer. So that is the reason for eliminating. Then rearranging or reversing, you can rearrange the product, like your what is that blog game, you can rearrange and you can reverse the product, and you can make it better. Then SWOT analysis, usually we do it for the self-analysis, but here for the product analysis also you can use it. You can find out the strength of the product, you can analyze the weakness of the product, then you can go for the opportunities, what your product will give, and threats, what are the threats for your product, whether any other similar product available in the market or any competitors for that market. So these things you have to analyze. Then the 6 thinking hats, this is one more exercise. In the logic, you have to think about the logic, optimism, devil's advocate, emotion, creativity, and management. So when you think about the logic, whether what are the facts or what are the information do we have. So I want to do this product. I may be desire to design a cosmetic product. So what are the information do we have? What are the facts I'm having? May I know about the facts? What will give the results? Organic product. If I would like to develop an organic cosmetic product, then what are the facts about? I know about it. So that all will come under white hat. Then optimism. What's good right now, whether it is good right now or not. Organic product is good right now, right? So that's one. But in the pandemic, but it is not right, because the people are less consuming the cosmetic products. So that is one thing, optimism. Then devil's advocate, what are the risks in that product when you develop it, whether we can do it or whether it will give some skin problems, skin allergies and all, or how to rectify it. So those things will come under the devil advocate, that is black hat. Then red hat, emotion, what does your gut tell you, whether this product will go or not, that is your emotion, your intuition. Then green hat, creativity, are there any other uses or alternatives for this product? Then blue hat, management, or the rules of the exercises being followed. So these are the 6 thinking hats. See here, data, facts, information known or needed, and red hat, feelings, hunches, instinct, and intuition. Then black hat, difficulties, potential problems, values and benefits. Blue hat, manage, process, next step, action plans, creativity, solutions. What I'm telling you is, students, you may be thinking that you may go for a business or you can go for a startups. Nowadays, so many people are doing the startups, and government is also supporting the startups very much. That too for the the female students. Even the National Commission for Women is also organizing so many programs for the female candidates, and they are supporting with the investors also. So if you want to do some startups and all, you can do all these exercises. This is you can put this white hat, and you can write what are the data I'm having this, what are the facts I know about this one, what are the information known, or what are the information I needed to develop this product. Then I have to fill all these things. Then easily I can go for the next step. I can generate, or I can manufacture the new one. So this is 6 thinking hat. This is another exercise. And then group sketching. This is here each participant will start with their own piece of paper and writing the tool. Then you are setting the time for 2 to 3 minutes, and let each member to draw their own idea. And then after the time is up, every participant will pass their paper to another member, who then adds their own ideas to the page. Okay, so this is one thing. Then this ideas continues until each participant has had a chance to add. So all the participant should give their sketching for all others original sketch. Okay, so that is what is in group sketching. In the brain writing, same thing, but here in the group sketching you are doing the drawing. In brain writing you are writing your ideas. That's all. No difference in that. Then mind mapping, you can start up by writing your own task and what are the problems to be solved in the center of your design space, and then you can start writing out your ideas around your problem like this. So actually this is a simple mind map about a teacher of HEI. Actually this mind map directs that what are the tasks of the teacher of HCI. They are doing the database regular class preparation. They are doing their referring, then student assessment. They are taking PPT presentations, document preparations. So everything they are doing. So this is an example for mind map. But to develop your product, for example, I told one organic cosmetic problem. If I want to if I want to develop means, then I have to go for these things and what are the things I needed. So I can generate a mind map for that one. Then final thoughts. Usually everything is having some final thoughts, but you should not strict onto yourself and look upon your ideas, and you have to take the others' ideas also with a non-judgmental attitude. This is very much important. You have to have the brainstorming sessions for each and every people whom you know with the same idea. Then encourage wacky or non-traditional ideas. Focusing more on quantity at this point. That is, so even a single piece of idea you can get into your count and you can analyze it. You can gather your resources, pen, paper, sticky notes, whiteboard, etc. And the most important one is you have to give yourself a time limit. That is, you have to give the within this month or within 30 days, within 10 hours, I have to do this. Like this, you have to give the time frame for every idea flowing ideation. You have to give the time limit. So that is very, very important in your final thing. Then one simple example for exercises. If you're having a paper, you can take and draw this 30 circles in your paper, and within a minute, how many circles can be designed in different pictures or figures, that you can practice and exercise. When you find time, you practice it. You may be having, you'll get so many innovations in this. For example, this one may be a car tire, this one may be a clock, and this one may be a ring. Like this, you can draw and you can create, you can improve your innovation, design thinking. Then at last, design thinking is not exclusively to designers. This we should have in your mind very clearly. It is not only to the designers. All great innovators in literatures, art, music, science, engineering, and business have practiced it. So all can do it. Anybody can do it. Why you call it design thinking means because design Work process help us systematically extract, teach, learn, and apply human-centric techniques to solve problems in a creative and innovative way in our designs, business, countries, and life. So that this is very, very, very special, so special. So we can apply our design thinking in our throughout our life and in all our life pieces. It is part and parcel of our life, design thinking. So these are some references from where I have got and collected the material. So I thank all these people. I acknowledge these people. So this is the time for saying thanks. So now I have to thank our management, Kongu Arts and Science College management, and our principal for granting me the permission to take up this session. And I would like to thank the government of Ministry of Education for giving me an opportunity to do this Innovation Ambassador Program through Institution Innovation Council. And I have to thank the principal madam of Government Arts and Science College, Mettupalayam, Coimbatore. And I would like to thank the head of the Department of Computer Science. Yes, sir. Computer Science, Dr. Marimuthu, for giving me the opportunity. Is my friend, very close friend and classmate also. And I would like to thank the head of the Department of Tamil for giving the going to deliver the vote of thanks. And at last, dear students, I hope you may be benefited through this session, and I may see some percentage of your going to start a startup or business in an innovative manner. Thank you, students, and thank you all.
Hello, madam. Thank you, madam. Hello, thank you, madam. Dear students,
given by our beloved Tamil Department HOD, Dr. Sukumaran sir.
வணக்கம். இன்று நடந்த விழாவை சிறப்பித்த முனைவர் காயத்ரி தேவர்களுக்கு அரசு மற்றும் கலையறிவியல் கல்லூரி சார்பாக நன்றி தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். இந்த விழாவை சிறப்புற நிகழ்த்திய பேராசிரியர் டாக்டர் மாரிமுத்து பொறுப்பேற்று முதல் முறையாக மிகச்சிறந்த அளவில் மிக குறுகிய காலகட்டத்தில் இந்த விழாவை சிறப்பித்து மாணவர்கள் பயன்பெற